Game number 1, the Anti-Clown Association against Celeb Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, we're looking again at Division S North America, and it is Cho'Gall time again. If this is the first video that you watch and from Division S North America and you're looking at the lineups and you're like, what the fuck, Cho'Gall? Then I'm gonna go over that in just a moment, but Cho'Gall is actually S tier in NA. Now, I'm not joking, and no, Gazlo is not S tier either. So yeah, we're gonna go over that in just a moment. For now, the players do the bites on Cho, got Filth on Liming, my pal Vince on Mal'Ganis, we have Quantum on Whitemane, and Kelsia on Gal. And on the right side of the map, Celeb Gaming with Tiger JK on Jaina, Elo on Malthael, Mokka on Vala, Griffy on Johanna, and Hebi is playing Oriel. So as I just tried to explain, we actually have Cho'Gall fully in the meta. I mean, he is literally getting banned or played in every single series in NA. Usually he is one of the first bans, and if he doesn't get banned, then he gets immediately picked, as you see in this game, for example. And I'm actually a little bit surprised, given the North American meta, that Celeb Gaming let him get through. So we'll see if they're able to deal with him and handle him here. Their lineup is a little bit more focused on immortal damage in particular. It's an interesting setup where we have again Vala with an arrow build. Of course, right now they're trying to rotate around Cho'Gall 2, who went into the Calloused Hide on level 1 immediately. Fantastic talent for him to have too. And also on top of that we have Ether Walk, which is a bit of a North American standard on that. I'm actually kind of happy that we at least have for Vala now an arrow build, because NA is a little bit weird when it comes to Vala. There's a lot of teams that don't really give Vala the time of day, so they're not playing her at all, and then every single team that plays Vala seems to go for very alternative builds that pretty much never involve Manticore, which is really interesting for me personally. So I want to see if with Cho'Gall at least we're going to get Manticore and Farflight Quiver on 16 and 20 for Vala, or if it's a bit of a different setup for them. But for the time being, there's our 4-man at the bottom of the map, and thanks to Oriel, they're also able to push here pretty relentlessly. She gets the hope up, and they are murdering that bot lane. Li Ming isn't here, and that's a problem. Vala is in a bit of trouble though, but gets the heal from Oriel. As we have Li Ming trying to go in for a little bit of a flank attempt, but the combo doesn't connect. Thus, we have now up to the top the one-on-one as it usually should be. So Malthael goes up against Mal'Ganis there. And Mal'Ganis, in this case, played in off-lane. So, traditionally, especially when you look towards Europe, it's more so a main tank than anything else. But of course, you can play him also on the off-lane if you need to. That's exactly what happens there. Vala is living a dangerous life down here. I mean, the entire time, you actually see her just being barely alive, and Oriel has her hands full trying to keep it that way. So now the teams are starting to rotate over to the Shaman camps as the first objective is about to be announced. Level 4 talents have already dropped, which gives us also the puncturing arrow now. Li Ming, by the way, going straight into Triumvirate here on level 4. And, I mean, Calamity on level 7 should still be the choice for her, but on the other hand, it is North America, so you need to take that with a grain of salt here. We'll see what actually happens towards level 7, but it should be Calamity for sure. Top side, that's where camps now get taken. And this is actually a little bit surprising to me that Celeb Gaming walks away with all the camps on the map with the exception of the opponent's Shaman camp. So Anti-Clown Association did actually not make a play for a single one of the siege camps. Neither at the bottom of the map nor up at the top. So it's a bit of an experience lead that the red team now walks away with. Pretty comfortable one at that, and an easy one to achieve too, which of course forces also more time on the blue team to deal with that situation. But off we go. Immediate attack against the Immortal. Vala has not really a whole lot of stacks on her level 4 yet, so the damage is still a little bit low, but thanks to Monster Hunter, she is able to get a fair punch in regardless. And now we have one team defending pretty heavily, where Celeb Game is obviously looking for an opportunity to move in here. Haven't found one so far just yet, but the Immortal is starting to get locked down slowly and steadily. Cho'Gall comes in, gets whipped into the wall. But this is pretty much a halftime show already. Mokka with a vault around the corner again. Misses the arrow, actually. That's not really all that great for him. Needs to make sure that he gets a few more stacks in on level 4 if he really wants to have an impact on the game pretty quickly here. Now, with Li Ming moving over to the opponent's Immortal, there's actually a bit of an opening here. If Khaldor has been dropped, and that's the halftime show. Yep, both teams tapping the fountain. But Celeb Gaming is a little bit quicker in their move. And now Li Ming up at the top of the map trying to deal with the camp that has already done a bit of a good job there. And the attack against the Immortal. And that of course will result in Celeb Gaming walking away with the first Immortal in the game. No problems there. And an earlier level 7. If that's really going to have an impact, that's a different question. Both of those move away because they don't have a lot of mana. Maybe going here and grabbing the globes might have been the solution. But they're making it towards the top now. Maltail has taken the bot lane position. We don't have a single kill yet. Here's level 7, which gives us also, of course, the repeating arrow. Yes, that is Calamity on level 7. And together with that, the Power Surge and also Double Trouble. Don't really need Double Trouble. You always have Double Trouble when Cho'Gall is in play. You already know that. But yeah, off to the races we go. First fort is on the menu now, so they're going to try and lock that in. And, well, at this point, it seems like it's not going to be a big problem for them to actually drop that. The Immortal is losing hit points quickly, but so does the fort. Might not quite be able to take it down completely, but that is a very, very solid damage output that they have on the top lane. And right now, Celeb Gaming walks away with a pretty solid lead on the map. There's still not a single kill that we have here. Of course, also on the other hand now with Oriel and Vala, Resurrect would be another option. You can really aggressively trade into the opponent if you go for Resurrection with Oriel. Which, interestingly enough, a lot of teams actually don't really do anymore lately. At least when we're going outside of Europe's Division S. So, talent's still fantastic here. I mean, in an ideal world, you will of course want to get Oriel together with Cho'Gall. You get pretty much 2 for 1. It's the Walmart move, if you so want. 2 revive for the price of 1, baby. But, well, for now, we're still waiting for kill number 1. No first blood yet. We're already 6 minutes into the game. So everybody is aiming for level 10 on the damage side. As expected, Gal has taken the lead here. But Vala is, of course, still stacking. Own quest. Yeah, needs to play a little bit more around the arrow. Gets the double connect in as Whitemane just peeks past the gate for another shot and another connect. So right now the arrow at 7 stacks. She's slowly getting there. I don't really think we're going to see a completed quest talent at the second objective. That would surprise me quite a bit. But she has a fair amount now, so that stacks the damage slowly. And it's going to help them take their camp, and also the Immortal, as everybody starts to rotate towards the top side right now. Seems like they're actually looking for a chance to maybe drop the fort too, as Malthael is already at the top getting into the camp. So, yep, coming in, boom, take the fort down. Vala could maybe... Nah, Cho'Gall is already moving back, or she might have had a chance to get another stack in, but they have level 10, so this is a great position to be in. Fantastic spot. Okay, there we go. Resurrect has been taken. The Strafe, Blessed Shield. It's all in all just a fantastic setup. Johanna moved to the side, just making sure that she can defend the Immortal a little bit. Can always drop the shield glare here or get a quick condemn through. The opponent doesn't have level 10 yet either, so there's not a real threat to her one way or another. But the halftime show has already been taken, and the red team has now an easy time with the help of Vala to grab their own Shaman camp as the Immortal is shifting position on the map. But the Anti-Clown Association is going to get their own level 10 together with this. That means that it's heroic abilities against heroic abilities in just a moment. But the red team is already moving in to take another objective. Ring of Frost now claimed by Jaina too. Cho'Gall, traditional setup for him. Also having the Divine Reckoning, and in we go. Griffey in a bit of trouble. Ring of Frost with a lockdown. Vala comes in and vaults straight into the ult of Cho'Gall and gets taken down. 3 kills against the red team. Celeb Gaming loses 3 in a row. And Vala with a bit of a death wish there. I mean, holy hell. She literally vaulted into Cho'Gall's ult. Wants to, of course, get the reset on the arrow to drop a second one into the mix, but that turned very, very quickly against her. Cho'Gall has to still hit the fountain, which allowed the red team to move in to drop a bit more damage onto the Immortal. So, it's not lost yet. Death timers are low, so the 2 heroes are back now. But this is going to become... I mean, it should still be an Immortal for the red team, right? It shouldn't really be interesting. Mokka is already trying to see if he can sneak in. I mean, this is one of the most... This is actually a little bit of a ridiculously aggressive Vala play. I mean, this is risky as fuck. If anybody stands over there in a shred, she's dead. And she's dead immediately. You can't just sneak like that past your tanks on this level of play and expect that you're not getting punished for it. Now Johanna dies too. That's 5 kills against 0. So, at this point, It's not really going all that well. But at least thanks to that shot and Monster Hunter, they were now able to grab the objective, so they have the Immortal moving through the map again. It's still even experience, which is quite impressive too. Jaina is all the way out on the map, pushing as well. It's a very, very strange setup. For a Division S play, I gotta say that a lot of these moves just seem off. Having Jaina up at the top, and she's gonna get killed now. Tiger JK is going... come on, dude, you're better than that. He actually is able to walk away, but the random Ring of Frost to cover the retreat, the Blizzard too, moving that far out on the lane to just push the lane out, nearly cost Jaina her life. She definitely had to Hearthstone here. That's kind of Malthael's job, if anything. Now, Malthael, of course, is also hoping to get a last rights through against Cho'Gall, but so far that didn't connect either. But they get the fort at the bottom of the map, so despite the fact that they have 0 kills, like none, they are still in a position where they take the lead on the map itself. But what a game. Like, I don't know. It's a mix between Division S and Division 7. That's what it feels like sometimes. But yeah. Okay. So now that we have Molten Block, it's obviously going to be a bit harder to kill Cho'Gall. Not that they got a lot of kills against him. Let's face it, they didn't get a single kill yet. But it's something that might become another issue soon. Because if you don't have a chance of taking Cho'Gall down, then of course in the long run you're going to run into trouble here. We have also the inevitable end now. There's Gloom for Vala, like that. I'm just a little bit questioning what exactly the choice on level 16 is going to be. And they're pushing aggressively to the bottom of the map right now. Especially with Vala, I really, really want to see how this is going to end up for her, because she so far has been incredibly aggressive throughout this entire game. We have her with 15,000 damage, that's less than Malthael has right now. And 2 deaths already. But there we go, up at the front again, the whip! Nice, good job by Hebi. Keeping Cho'Gall at bay and keeping Vala safe here. Vala needs to be careful that she doesn't just like vault in. And also that she does not just simply go past the tank all the time. Because we've seen that now a few times and it's a really, really risky play. Unless you know that Auriel is sitting there and wants to trade ult. If you can then trade a kill, for example, and Auriel goes for the Resurrect, that's a different story, of course. But now we're looking at 13 versus 13 talents, and they're invading. They're trying to steal this away. There's the Ring of Frost. Double connect. Cho'Gall, and nearly a kill against White Mane, but the last rights did not enough damage. And now we have Johanna down, and they're cleaning house. Vala dies too. And of course, they're just trying to obliterate everybody. Tiger JK might actually be able to get away. Oh. No. Kill! Go! No! I thought maybe he has a chance to get the kill in. And he nearly does, but it's not happening. And now Jaina is dead as well. 8 kills against 0. And now the Immortal is back up on the map, and thanks to the death timer slowly but steadily increasing in this game, we have the Anti-Clown Association in a position where they can start to take the damage on the Immortal and then maybe run this game after all. Auriel, by the way, down here with the Resurrect against Jaina. Hebi went all the way for this. So Jaina's back to business. The rest of the team is also back in action. And the halftime show is already lost. They're just making the play there. Tiger JK. Get wrecked. Quantum comes in. So it's like, wait a second. Is she maybe... Oh, look. There's another kill. Tiger JK goes down, and his team is at least trying to get the Immortal. So this is actually a really nice bait and switch that they go for. Jaina acts like a bait and pretty much occupies 3 heroes, and that allows Celeb Gaming to go for the Immortal and win it, despite the fact that they lost the halftime show. I don't really know what I'm watching here anymore, guys. I don't really want to be mean at this point, but if this is the best that an A can bring, then I don't know. It's like, what is happening here? The Resurrect into an insta-death, then we have the Immortal stolen away from him, despite the fact that they were 50% ahead because they just ignore the objective. Now the Immortal is at the top, they're pushing the keep at the bottom. And this game is all over the place. It's 0 kills against 9 and they're still winning. What's happening here? It's like, I don't know what's going on. I feel baited. Now we have, oh, Manticore. I love it. I actually love it. This is awesome. Okay, maybe they're gonna get a kill eventually. Yeah, Immortal is at the top and might actually walk away with a kill against the keep. And talking about keeps, they're going for the one at the bottom of the map now. There's the Ring of Frost, connects with one, and they still can't get a kill, can they? Nope. Keep topside is down, but they couldn't take the one at the bottom. Now Jaina is dead. Oriel is dead too. And they're losing everybody. Finally a kill. That's worth a round of applause. Good job. Good job. Single kill for Celeb Gaming. You gotta honor that. Yeah, but it's gonna be a 5-man wipe down here. Griffey is trying to sneak away, gets the iron skin out. Honestly, at this point, it's a really... I don't really like the idea of delaying that kill, because now you're down for another 20 seconds after the last hero has respawned. So I'm not quite sure if I'm really a fan of this. Yeah, but top lane is now pushing massively, of course, thanks to all the catapults. At the bottom of the map, the keep is nearly down too. But the blue team has a massive lead now. 14 kills against 1. They're level ahead. 17 against 16. So it's a bit weird. It's one of the weirdest games I've seen in a long, long time. In a very long time. I honestly don't really know what's going on here. But yeah, catapults are already close to the core. Finally, there's a fort down, so that helps. But if the red team can get another objective, or maybe even get to the core, drop another keep, that might lead to a win for them in a game where they don't get any kills whatsoever. So obviously the blue team is very eager to force more team fights, because team fights have been going very well for them. 29,000 damage on Vala. We have 32,000 now for Li Ming. Camps are taken across the map, and they're making a play for Cho'Gall. Yeah, there's a little bit of a slow, but it's not enough. The arrow connects with the creep and not with Cho'Gall, so that doesn't help either. So that gank attempt already backfired quickly. Without Johanna, they also don't have a blessed shield that they can use to lock someone down. And there's another objective to be fought over now. Top side, catapults are already there. Okay, down here they have to be a little bit careful. Vala completes her quest. Nice. So at least they have that going for them. But the blue team is now heavily going forward. I mean, they wanted to go for this. They're just saying, okay, guys, let's just drop them. Top side is a problem. Bot side, by the way, pushed by two camps. So that's actually pretty solid here. That's a little bit of damage. Nice. But Malthael is down. Never really used his ult. They're on the retreat already as we speak. Vala is on the move. They need to still deal with the bot lane. And that's the end of Johanna. It should be. Oh, it's going to be the end of Oriel too, maybe? Yeah, the kill against Jaina. And Li Ming got filled with the filthy plays here. Coming in with one hit after another after the resets kick in. And now the blue team has decided that it's time to go through the bottom, look for more kills, and maybe end the game. Vala is down. And the fiesta is just real. By the way, if those 3 catapults make it towards the core, that could be an issue, but at this point they just take the keep and go for game, since obviously nobody outside of Oriel is alive anymore. And it seems like the Anti-Clown Association is actually going to win this. They have lost the forts and the keeps early on, but this is still going to be the end of it. The Anti-Clown Association with a pretty clowny game, and they are able to take the victory here against Celeb Gaming. Yeah, the obligatory B steps towards the end as we have the 1-0 lead in the best of 5 here in Division S North America for ACA against Celeb Gaming. Game number 2. The fiesta continues. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We don't know yet. But on the left side for the Anti-Clown Association, Do the Bites on Arthur's. Kelsey on Jaina. Got Filth on Junkrat. After his filthy Li Ming plays, they took him away from the dirty, dirty girl and instead put him on Junkrat. Now we have my pal Vince on Mal'Ganis, Quantum on Malfurion, and to the right side, Celeb Gaming with Tiger JK on Kerrigan. We have Hebi on Ana, Mokka on Sylvanas, Elon Urel, and Griffey on Garrosh. Okay, let's go. Let's see what's happening in this one. The last game was interesting. Very, very interesting, to say the least. Cho'Gall, of course, got immediately banned. Yeah. And by the way, again, if you are currently wondering, Khaldor, why are we not seeing any drafts here? As I went over already multiple times in the past, replays don't contain draft information, unfortunately. So that's something where Blizzard has not been able to really accommodate us, which is fine. Again, it's a small indie company, so there's, of course, certain priorities that you have with that. But that's the reason why we don't have any draft information on replays. And since the North American games are happening during the middle of the night for me, I'm not casting them live, but I usually go into replays instead. Every single time you see a draft, you can pretty much assume that it was a live game and I casted it live, which I do whenever I get the chance. Quantum! What a save! That Malfurion, a lucky bastard, makes it out of that little fight. Yeah, it looked like he would die, but the heal was just a little bit stronger. So now that we're heading into our second game, there's obviously the attempt from Celeb Gaming to turn this around. But yeah, they didn't. They aren't off to a good start. Losing in the last game was a little bit of a weird one. But again, as I said, on North American side, Europe doesn't really respect Shogal in any way, but when you look at North America, it's an S-tier hero. He gets picked and banned whenever there's an opportunity, super early in the draft. So we'll see around that. Mocha, Hebi and Tiger JK are already getting their own camp. Same is happening on the other side. So both teams are moving in for that. And, well, towards the top, we have the solo laners fighting against each other. Garrosh and Junkrat. Wait, what? So, yeah. For some reason, we have Garrosh all of a sudden in a solo lane position. I think he's going to be replaced there very quickly and will join the 4-man. Yeah, it's happening as we speak. But that was an interesting picture here. Not really a position where Garrosh wants to be. It's just like, get me away from that stupid Australian with grenades everywhere. Yeah, level 4 abilities are in. Indomitable, of course, already getting picked. And we are off for the first little push as level 4 talents are getting picked. A hand of freedom for Urel, the space goat. Meh. Is currently getting value against Arthur's bot side. Arthur's as the side laner for them. Yeah, he's going to be one of the heroes that can deal with Kerrigan a little bit. Reminds me a bit of the old days when... damage, Griffey. And yeah, Arthur's misses the setup. Yeah, the good old days when we had Envenom on, I think it was level 7, was it level 4, level 7? I can't really remember. I think it was a level 7 talent. Kerrigan and Arthur said it both, and back in the old beta and alpha days, that was one of the most powerful combos that you could actually go for. Arthur's plus Kerrigan. Double Envenom and double Lockdown, and you would pretty much get those kills whenever you had a chance. So it was kind of fun. But those times are long past, and Arthur doesn't have that anymore. Neither has Kerrigan. The talent got completely removed by Blizzard. I guess the closest that you come these days is actually, yeah, the Ancestral Wrath of Thrall, honestly. So Mocha, down at the bottom of the map, currently making his play. Arthur is sitting there too, and is currently getting a little bit wrecked. But he wants to get his kill against Sylvanas, and they nearly get it. Arthas is walking away from this one. It's like, guys, leave me alone. Blizzard is already shitting on me on Warcraft Reforged. My apologies, Warcraft Refunded. So at least leave me alone in Heroes of the Storm. But they don't. Down he goes. Malfurion gets taken out, and Arthas follows as well. So now with 0-2 on the kill board and the red team getting a tiny lead, they also have a chance to turn some gems in. Ha! B-steps, baby! Oh yeah! Yeah, there's a little bit of banter going on between the teams here, of course. Which I'm absolutely fine with, by the way. Some people, they really feel that on the semi-pro level, or back in the days, HTC, B-steps are disrespectful, but hey, it's competitive. If you wanna B-step the opponent, by all means, a little bit of professional and friendly taunting is always kind of fun. I personally have zero problems with that. There's much worse things that can happen than you just like trying to taunt and banter a little bit with your opponent. But either way, as we're making our plays here, we have the Web Weavers coming through, and they're starting to make the play for wins again. But Arthas is there and gets a triple connect with his Howling Blast. Nicely done. Okay. So, at this point, bot lane doesn't really look too hot. Seems like that fort is a goner. Blue team doesn't fight for it. Blue team is just saying, like, okay, screw it. Sylvanas plus Camp plus Web Weaver Wave. Nope. Let's go instead rather towards the top lane and try to defend that. Which they managed to do. So that's at least something that they could pull off here. But the situation is, of course, starting to become a little bit grim. They lost a fair amount of gems with those 2 kills against them. And now they also start to lose structures. And they're losing out in experience, which means that on early level 10 could lead to a second turn in for Celeb Gaming. And they're looking for more kills even. Nice setup also for Mal'Ganis, but not enough to allow Jaina to walk away with the kill here. So, yeah. And down here, there we have it. The wall destroy 2. It's kind of nuts if you think that through for a second. It is the first objective, and together with the Siege Giant Camp, they did not only get the fort, oftentimes you only get the wall. They got the fort, and they got the wall at the keep. And now they're going straight in for the boss. with level 10 half a level away, and the blue team just doesn't react here. Guys, it's at this point like only one team's playing. I mean, the blue team, they are completely walking through this game right now, half drunk, that's what it feels like. I can understand the impulse that you are weary of going in against a fight that against a team that nearly has level 10. But let's face facts here for just a second. They didn't have level 10 yet. You could force that fight. It's an early boss, so you can also let it slide. I don't want to rip them too hard because this boss is not going to accomplish a whole lot. I would be very shocked if the boss gets the fort. I think there's no way. But the problem is not the top fort. The problem is the mid fort, because that's where the red team is now headed with level 10 abilities plus Sylvanas. You can't stop them there either. So now they're going straight in and saying like, alright, off we go. Let's try and take that one down. Boss at the top has pretty much already been defended, but they're moving into the middle. So here we go. The Anti-Clown Association decided it's time to fight and take a stand here, which they do. They have nearly level 10. Lockdown against Arthas. Maelstrom, they're trying to go for the kill, and do the bites. Makes it out. Jaina comes in now too after she defended the boss at the top lane. The fort is still in play, and they're looking for the kill. They don't have level 10 yet, but it's going to drop any second. And then they have heroics, and here we go. That should be a kill, and it is. Garrosh goes down. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. All right. And that's actually a few gems down the drain. They still hold enough to get a turn in for themselves. So there's the opportunity to turn things a little bit and make Celeb Gaming bleed as well. Because the Anti-Clown Association has already taken a bit of a beating on the structures. Both forts that still remain are incredibly low in HP. The goat goes whee as it gets like flipped through the air. Wrong direction for Junkrat. Yeah, our resident Aussie here. Apparently a little bit drunk at this point. Too much box draft, if you ask me. And therefore, he did miss the timing a little bit. Yep, no laughing matter this time, dear Junkrat. But with this, we have Web Weavers coming through. Top lane, that needs a bit of a concern because that one went in deep. I mean, it's right at the gate already. And that's why Kerrigan moves in. But down at the bottom of the map, bit of a different setup. 1 versus 1, okay. They have the siege shines here, so they should try and defend that as much as they can. Sylvanas is still trying to move towards the middle as the blue team is focusing their attention to the center of the map now. They're starting to move straight in for it. 2 kills against 1. Kerrigan has defended the top lane, but they are trying to crush through the middle. There's also always Sylvanas to consider, and dear Sylvanas is currently walking away with pretty decent damage outputs. 52,000 siege damage. Kerrigan has a good one too. Locked down, and there we have it. Another kill against Mal'Ganis. He's down. Malfurion is also getting dropped, and yep, that's the M&M combo right there. Tasty with soft chocolate and a little bit of hardcore. But yeah, they're pretty hardcore over here too, because that could actually be a kill against Yrel. Yrel has decided that she wants to take that fight, and then very quickly was convinced of the opposite. Is still alive though. If that would have been a kill from Jaina, it could have led to a lot of lost gems. But as Arthas dies too, the red team has a shot at another turn-in, and they're already looking at a pushed top lane, which should result in the fort falling if anybody makes the way over. And they're also starting to push the middle of the map, so they're pretty much active everywhere. There's another push into range, but again, no real consequence here. And Kerrigan against the old man. Yeah, immediately spawning Groot here. Quantum sees that coming. Is like, nope, fuck that. I'm out of here, boys. Okay. Yrel is still sitting at the bot lane. She's a little bit afraid that Jaina might lurk into one of those shadows. But the red Web Weavers are now going to come through, and they have a level 13 advantage already. The fight attempt at the top from the blue team. They were hoping to force something with a 5 versus 4 setup, which they couldn't really make happen. So now we have the push coming in again. Bot lane, of course, is going to push for keep. And don't forget, that's where the wall has actually already fallen. It was taken down there a bit earlier. So off we go. That's another 4 down, and whew, I mean, it is getting spicy in here. Yep, there's Sylvanas. Starts to disable another wall, and that wall should fall very, very quickly. 13 talents are still not ready for the Anti-Clown Association, but ACA should get it in time for the defense here. Also, Junkrat is already defending the top lane and is doing a decent job there, but the mid lane gets completely broken through. And now, even with level 13 talents, this is going to be a tall order. Here comes the Riptire. There's also a bit of wave clear that they get with it, but let's look at the bot lane. Yeah, that keep is in trouble. The fight is still in the middle, and we have a kill against at least Mal'Ganis. The nano boost was helping so far a little bit, but with now Tiger JK looking for another kill, he might even get it. They're trying to go for Jaina, and they get her. That's 2 heroes down, that's 3 heroes down, that's 1 keep eliminated, and they might not even go for keep number 2, but instead just aim for the core, especially now that they're going for Arthur's, and they get the kill against him as well. 9 kills against 1, level 16 talents are now ready, and after we've seen ACA win the first map, Celeb Gaming got a little bit angry here. They got a little bit mad. They dropped them quickly on the second map, 2 of the Spider Queen, to tie the series. Yeah, B steps to victory right here as Ele moves in, and that's game. Celeb Gaming winning game number 2 as we are headed into the third map of the best of 5 series at Division S North America. Game number 3, ladies! The Anti-Clown Association clowned a little bit too hard in game number 2, so Celeb Gaming was able to win a map and now is looking for a second one. To the right side, we have Celeb Gaming with Tiger JK on Liming, Griffy on Mal'Ganis, Hebi on Ana again, Mokka on Sylvanas, and Ele on Dehaka. And to the left side of the map, Dude abides on Sonya for the Anti-Clown Association, Kelsey on Hanzo, got Filth on Falstad, my pal Vince on ETC, and Oriel gets played by Quantum. Okay, so let's go and have a bit of a look what's happening here. Wingman on level 1 already. Typical so far. Ooh, a little bit of a difference here on Dehaka though. Okay, someone wants to go for the race car move here. Enhanced agility. That's what we're gonna get from him. Global on each side. Dehaka off against Falstad. And it was a bit of a weird one. I mean, at this point, honestly, we had 2 games. The first game, I don't really think you can beat that anytime soon in terms of fiesta-ness. But game number 2 was a bit of a stomp as well, if you think about it. I mean, the red team just rolled over them. That's what it looked like. Now we have our solo laners at the top, so Falstad is currently part of the rotation, which also means that he at any point could fly topside to try and put additional pressure onto Dehaka when he gets a bit of a chance. Over here, it's a trap. Yeah, Wins doesn't care. Wins does not care. He's just like, well, Mal'Ganis, nah, I can deal with that guy. Seen him before. Shrines are about to activate, camps are on the map, and we have an immediate push for that Bruiser camp. Yeah, if you can actually push that together with Sylvanas, that would always be the dream if you can make that happen. I mean, Sylvanas herself is, of course, incredibly powerful when it comes to enhancing any push, and thanks to the Bruiser camp, you can get quick value there. But, of course, the blue team has pretty much the same idea. They don't have Sylvanas, but they definitely want to take their camp as well, to also ensure that Celeb Gaming doesn't get too much value out of their own. So, this one already about to be taken. Up to the top, that's our little setup with the solo laners, or 2 of the potential solo laners still fighting it out. But now that the shrine is also up, that also means, of course, that both of the teams are already looking at a potential objective and want to set up the first Dragonite for the game. Not really the case just yet. And yeah, top lane, as you can see, Siege Giants are now taking on both sides. I was expecting a little bit more pressure up at the top, but now that 2 heroes are defending this, it's not really going to happen. We have level 4 talents, triumvirate again for Tiger JK on Li Ming. Bot lane, that could become a bit of a problem, because that push is going to hit hard now. Vince is trying to move in to create some space for them, but he needs to be careful. That's 4 heroes that are pushing through that lane now. And oh, yeah, baby, that's some serious damage on ETC. Of course, Oriel is back in and can help out here. Falstad is flying in too. The cavalry has arrived, but they still get some damage onto the wall. Not really enough to take anything down yet, but maybe, just maybe a kill? No. No, not quite. Quantum gets a bit of damage pushed onto himself, but yeah, it's not like he is going to fall anytime soon. Well, if he stands there, then he's gonna fall. You can't run into that Li Ming combo just like that. So 1 tower down, the Siege Giant is finally taken apart, but look at this. Li Ming comes in from the side, so far without level 7, therefore also no Calamity. Is still looking for the reset. Sylvanas is still getting her damage too, and they have taken a bit of a beating, the blue team. I mean, 1 tower down, second one already about to be destroyed. Now Li Ming is in the middle, could also start rotating topside to help out Dehaka, grabbing the shrine.
Eel is starting to make his way over, but he can't really. You have to soak the experience here. It's one of the reasons why Rexxar is the king of Dragonshire, because he can simultaneously control the shrine with Nisha and hold the experience in the lane, which nearly no other hero can do with the same fashion. Urel can easily traverse between lane and objective, which makes her quite strong in that lane too. But if you don't have that mobility, then you eventually will have to just fall back onto the lane if you don't want to lose out on experience, because that's just something that you can't afford to do. So level 7, about to drop in. We have the anti-healer is already in here. Also the Lost Soul and Calamity for Li Ming. Off we go. Also Boomerang for false stats, so he's going to get that side lane value, but a little bit of a kill attempt down here. It's not really enough to get anything done yet, but you can tell that the blue team is continuously on the back foot. They always feel like they're a bit outnumbered, there's always someone missing. And in this case, it's actually Falsa that's missing, because he went towards the top and was trying to take down Dehaka. That little idea well, it didn't really backfire, but it didn't work out for them either. Now at the bot lane, with 4 heroes moving in, they are trying to get the objective, or well, one of the objectives, aka mercenary camps. I always call them objectives lately for some reason. I mean, I guess they kinda are, but obviously it's more camp control than objective control. Either way, it's definitely one of the objectives for the teams to get those mercenary camps and start to go for a push with them. And if Sylvanas is able to move in and disable the fort, they might even be able to get something done there. But they really want to push through this a little bit. There's 4 heroes defending now, and also the Siege Giant camp itself. The Dehaka still fighting it out with Sonya, but the real action is happening down at the bottom. Yeah, if they had a global, they could actually just go for it. Dehaka still trying to buy a little bit more time, and Tiger JK is the one moving into the middle, but he's not the only one. Dehaka is buying some time, but eventually he will most likely have to fall off from this one. And since Hanzo is already sitting in the middle, they know that Li Ming won't be able to take this. There's a slide down as Sylvanas is trying to escape, but they're focusing on Ana now. Next, Vince moved in a little bit too deep and is nearly taken down, but escapes barely, but he does. Mid lane fight now between Hanzo and Li Ming, and towards the top, Sonya has aimed at the shrine and was able to steal it away from Dehaka, which now moved Li Ming down to the bottom of the map. So continuous rotations to try and get a dominant setup for the kill and for the first blood in the game, which we still haven't seen. And there it is. Dehaka at the top lane, still fighting it out, grabbing the shrine again, as ETC and Oriel have both been eliminated. And now that he has the shrine and they have the bot lane control too, they can go for the first objective, and that's where they're headed. And also there's a big push now coming through the bottom of the map. Falset is trying to interrupt over here, which he can definitely do, but that also means that he is not part of the defense at the bottom. And Li Ming is moving in, trying to get the kill set up here. Don't think she actually connected Calamity in this case. Level 10 abilities. Falset is a little bit low, way too low. Sonya went into leap, by the way, and got Filth is starting to have a rough time here. But now ETC is in, and they're trying to go for Tiger JK, but the fort is already down, and they're moving in the middle now. Heroic abilities are there. Top side, that's still where the Sonya and Dehaka are fighting it out, but of course it's all about the control now. And there's another channel attempt that we're already seeing. Falset is coming in, but it's too late. The Dragon Knight is grabbed, and after they took down the bot lane, they're starting to go straight into the middle. Trying to drop another one. Sylvanas is helping as much as she can. Sonya coming in from behind. Yeah. I don't really think the Dudabites is going to be able to do too much. Oriel get her ass kicked as the Dragon Knight goes for the big punt. And now you have to face the music here, while Dehaka is still doing a bit of top lane value thanks to him soaking up all of the experience and pushing the lane out. 2 kills against 0. Dehaka actually joining the fun at this point. It's just trying to go in, gets the lick, and they start to put Sonya into some trouble. That's easy damage against her. Might have to jump out here actually. Dudabites on the nerves of steel. Dudabites, no war here. Yeah, look for a moment like he would have. Oh, arrow! And the connect with Ana. Party time! And it's immediately interrupted, but Ana dies regardless. Ana down, but they're trying to turn it against Sonya. Yeah, not enough to get the kill there. But again, decent setup. Sonya jumping in, everybody just focusing on the target, and now getting the first kill for the blue team. And they're trying to actually run with that advantage and take the Siege Giants away. But Red is already on point. Oh, that's a problem, and that's another kill. The follow-up is there as Mal'Ganis dies. Nice. But up at the top, that's experience that is going to be lost. I'm still very much so on the fence when it comes to these experience globes. I'm not really a fan. I mean, obviously, first of all, it's a weird thing that Blizzard put that into game in the first place, because nobody literally asked for this, and it really just feels like these days we are being used as guinea pigs for Blizzard using the live server for their beta testing. But also, it doesn't really help in any way, and it actually makes the game worse, because now people can get away with much more sloppy rotations than before. Since you have a little bit more of a time window where you can move onto a lane to soak those experience globes. So it's really, really weird. It honestly makes the gameplay on the higher level worse, since there is more time to traverse between lanes, and these crisp rotations that you needed in the past are just not a thing anymore. So, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what they're doing on the development side there. Catering to the casuals, I suppose, but still. Yeah. Why let pros or like top players distinguish themselves from the rabble? Yeah, I don't know. Either way, experience wasn't lost too much. Dehaka pushed it out and Sonya rotated in. She was a bit late to grab everything, but she still got a bit of that. So now that we're looking at 2 kills against 2, we have level 13 talents on both sides as well. Outside of the structures really getting a beating from Celeb Gaming, the teams are more or less on eye level. Dehaka, then again, he's on the run, but thanks to him going for a bit of a race car setup, he is actually able to just zip around the map and escape. They have taken the bottom shrine already, and Dehaka is just sitting there and he's just... I mean, he's having fun, you can tell. But he needs to be careful. 2 for 1 is still something that he's not going to be able to handle, so they need to be a bit cautious here. And yeah, this looks a little bit like inting at this point. Gusted into the corner, isolation is missing too, and this is going to be the end of him. He gets the drag connected, but that's that. Mid lane, they took the fort down though, so with 2 heroes being at the top, that was a 4 versus 3 setup that Celeb Gaming was using to get that push in, and well, that helped. So with 2 forts eliminated, that also means that in the mid lane, where, well, the Dragon Knight is obviously being fought over, there's no fountain left anymore. So that's another advantage that's now going to them. And yeah, here we have it. 25,000 damage against the 32,000 that we see from Sylvanas. Sylv has rotated topside now too. That's, by the way, something I want to point out real quickly, because I see that on the lower levels of play quite a bit when we're casting Division 6 and Division 7. If your plan is to go into more of a mage build, no matter what kind of setup that really takes, if you go into Boomerang, I've seen Gathering Storm on level 1 with Boomerang on 7, which is, Gathering Storm is something you shouldn't really take. But if you go for some kind of like a mage setup and you don't want to go into an auto attack build, they snuck that in sneakily. This is the talent to take. You want to go Flow Rider, and then on level 16 the faster Tailwind activation. That's the real mage setup. I've seen too many builds lately on Falstad where the team then decides to go into some weirdo talents on level 13 and 16, and it just always is incredibly inconsistent and really weird. It feels like people don't know about that. So if anybody is watching that is playing on the lower level and is experimenting with Falstad builds, again, these are the talents with Airy Gust and Flow Rider you want to take when you're trying to get more of a mage setup, either with Lightning Rods or with Boomerangs then. So that's the traditional follow-up that you have there. You can make a few adjustments, but still, this is the normal way to go for it, unless you are looking for a better barrel positioning or something, which isn't really the case anymore. But now that the Dragon Knight is actually taken by the blue team, they get at least a little bit done. The top fort has now been destroyed by the camp that was taken previously. 16 versus 16 still, and it's not like they're crushing through anything here. Falstad is the one that pushes into the mid lane now, and thanks to the Boomerang value can clear the waves quickly, but Ele is already attempting to stop that from happening, but the fort is gonna fall eventually. It's not really on high HP or anything. Alright, Sylvanas is already jumping out, but I still gotta give a little bit of credit over to ACA. I mean, the Anti-Clowns Association is slowly starting to take the lead in the game. They have not taken the fort yet, but here comes Do the Bites, about to take it down. Okay, the acid gets it, but that nearly backfired. That was close to backfiring. Structural position is the same, and a slight lead in experience now for the Anti-Clown Association. It's an interesting name for a team that's clowning around a little bit here, at least. Yeah, Nerves of Steel also. If you don't go into Wrath of Berserker, you of course want to at least have a few talents that gives you more survivability. I didn't really say anything about Leap, but again, it's not what you usually see here, and I mean, it's an A. There's a kill. Whoa! Jumps in, the Resurrect, and are we gonna see a second kill? The Gust Mosh Pit synergy. Yeah, ETC is a little bit pissed at this point, I think. And there's another kill. Kills and resets everywhere. Tiger JK is having a fun time. Yeah, fun time on Dragonshire. The bird is down. And I mean, the thought of the bird was really a good one. He came in and he just thought he needs to help the team and he needs to help his boys survive. But ETC had similar thoughts and said, hey, guys, we can turn this. I'm going to get the monster mosh pit through and then we're going to play. I watched Europe. I watched the European ETC the other day. I've seen Will Q land that 4-man mosh pit twice. I can do the same thing. And then Fawcett comes in and just simply ruins his day. And it seems like the red team is using that opportunity to make a play for core here. So they're just saying, boys, let's just end it early. Not sure if they can actually make that happen, because their timers are still low enough to get the blue team back to business. But the core is down to 60% already, so they did serious damage here. It's gonna be a 5 versus 5 in just a second. Whoa! And Ana may be dead. Yeah, she's dead. But so is ETC. Arrow! Oh, the 5-man connect. The boomerang literally hit nothing, by the way. They dodged around it. Nearly a kill against Oriel, though, and Griffey is trying to get away here. And is actually escaping. Nice. And the catapults have, in the meantime, just shredded the core. The siege shines, too. It's down to 19%. Yeah, they were trying to go for kills, but they couldn't really. So now we have 4 kills against 7. 19% on the core against 100. And if they grab a Dragon Knight here, then that would pretty much be the end of it. Oriel comes down, not for the Resurrect, I might add. I mean, with 10 seconds missing on ETC, you don't really have to. But that's backdoor potential now. There's definitely a lot of backdoor potential that they could go for. It's only camps that they want to claim now. They're waiting for Ana. Waiting for Ana. They're waiting for level 20. And the only hero that hasn't died yet on the blue team side is Hanzo. Camp is taken too. They were already sneaking in to try and steal it away, but they can't. So, yes, there we go. Everybody is just wrapping around down here as they are hoping to get the Siege Giant camp, I assume, but level 20 turns there. And the Bolt of the Storm saving. Oh, yeah, not a good idea to stack up there like that. 2 heroes down instantly. EDC is a party animal. The arrow comes in. Everything misses. It's a team wipe. It's a full-on team wipe. Well, with the exception of Hanzo, he's escaping again. Kelsey is just saying, boys, don't worry, I got this. But I don't really think that's going to be the case. 12 kills against 4. And now we have Celeb Gaming moving through the bot lane. The B-Steps are already in action. We've seen B-Steps throughout the entire series, and why would they stop in game number 3? Nope, here we go, and that's the lead for Celeb Gaming. They did 2 in a row. Li Ming has died, but yeah, at this point, it is of course inevitable. B-Steps everywhere. I can only assume that it's friendly banter between the teams, because this is the most B-Step heavy game that I've seen in a long time. But that's that. 13 kills against 5 and game over. Celeb Gaming with a 2-1 lead in the best of 5. Game time, baby! Anti-Clown Association against Celeb Gaming on Tomb of the Garden Curse. The lead for the red team, and on the left side, Dude Abides on Dehaka, Quantum on Rhaegar, got Filth on Falstad, Kelsey on Greymane, and my pal Vince on Mal'Ganis. Alright, so with this actually, it's an interesting setup. When they have Cho'Gall, they actually won, but outside of that, they are a bit on the losing streak now. Celeb Gaming with Tiger JK on Thrall, Elo on Illidan. Alright, the boys are going ham. We have Griffey on Garrosh, Hebi on Oriel, and Mokka is again on his Suicide Vala. So yeah, game number 4. Tomb of the Garden Curse is the map. And let's go straight into our first brawl in the middle. Well, might not be that big of a brawl, because Illidan has decided that he goes straight up towards the top. So, since there's definitely going to be one of the nitpickers again on in the comment section, it's like, but Khaldor, this is garden terror, you know, it's like it's not Tomb of the Garden Curse. Like, what are you talking about? The objective is pretty much just a mix between Tomb of the Spider Queen and Cursed Hollow. nothing else. I mean, it's literally just a mix between the two maps. So that's what we're kind of memeing that. And talking about memes! Yeah! B-step all day, every day. This is how the games are being decided here. Killing the core, screw it. Nope, it's all B-step city, baby. Okay, this can only backfire. If you have someone B-stepping like this the entire time, you already know there's going to be a lot of fun involved. But yeah, off we go. So Illidan is doing Illidan things, aka not dying. No, not dying. Not every Illidan that enters a game is instantly dying. This is not quick match. This is not Storm League. No, no, no. This is actually people that, at least to an extent, know what they're doing. They can't be responsible for all of their action. What was that? Save them, God, because they don't know what they're doing. I mean, that's how in North America often looked like in esports. But either way, like, he's going for the camps, and that's exactly what he should do. So he's trying to make that work, as Kelsia on his Grey Mid is doing the same thing down at the bottom of the map. So both of those heroes just excel at taking camps, and that's what they do. So yeah, in we go. But now, with this particular setup, it could be the last map, even if Celeb Gaming is able to win the map and take the 3-1. We currently have the Monster Hunter build again for Vala, so no multi-shot setup for the second map, which could definitely work out. But off we go. A little bit of a fight up to the top. They want the camp, they want Illidan, and yep.
First blood.
Okay, scratch what I said earlier. Illidan is going in for the int, and the double kill as Vala is down to. Mokka is a bit of a YOLO player. I am sorry to call that out, but he vaulted into the Cho'Gall ult in game number 1 and had a couple of weird position situations there too. And now he just flanked from the side as a Vala solo into a 4-man. Not quite sure if that positioning really works out there. And yeah, but in this case it didn't. So Vala is already dead. Should probably stick with the team a little bit more in a situation like this. Either just give up on the fight and retreat, or at least make the long rotation around and join the team and the tanks. I mean, there's a triple front line. So as Vala, you should be pretty safe there. But for now, it's 2 kills against 0 for the Anti-Clown Associations. They are coming back with this, and they're going to try and make their play here. Illidan is sitting up at the top. Ele at this point is a little bit salty, but he wants the globe. He didn't get the globe, though. Okay, I guess he was aiming for the experience globes more so, and he actually got those. But yeah, there's the hits. Vince gets attacked. Vala spams out her abilities, and camps are still cleared as Kelsia on Greyman is moving from one to another. So yeah, off we go. In the mid lane, they're still sitting tight. Vala is now a bit closer to, well, Oriel, just as I say. She runs away. Oriel is like, wait! And they're trying to get some pressure towards the top lane. Well, not necessarily pressure. I mean, yes, if you can get the Haka, then of course go for it. But the idea here is more so to take that siege camp down. As the next seed spawns. The first one was already taken by the blue team. So, yep. That's our level 4 abilities. Vala gets saved. And off we go. When you talk about throws in this game, Griffey's job is pretty much like the only... Okay, this is what happened. Pretty much, I don't know who's drafting for them, but whoever drafted said like, okay guys, we need Vala here. So they drafted Vala for Mokka, and then they said, okay, but how do we keep him alive? It's like, Oriel is not enough. We tried that already, and it just doesn't work. And it's like, Griffey, you need to man up, my friend. You need to put on the backpack. You need to carry the team. You need to do it. Put those calves to work, baby. And they went for Garrosh. And it's like, okay, your only job is just shadow Vala, and whenever she starts inting and vaulting forward, just throw her back into the team. And no, Griffey, no, Griffey, you had one job. Oh, he's too late. Can't do anything here, and Vala is dead again. So yeah, that's 3 kills against 0. It's a great start for the Anti-Clown Association. I mean, this is just fantastic. So now they're moving over to the camps. We have Griffey coming in. Yeah, Griffey is kind of trying to make up now for him letting Vala die. So that's what's currently going on here. But over up to the top, that's already Do the Bites. And he's going to try and get the global value. I mean, they have double global. It's a big map, so if you can really play the macro game, it's great. It's a seed for a seed now. Mokka is working on those stacks on level 4. He likes his vault. Also, Ancestral Wrath now. Words are hard today. For Thrall. So he has that survivability for himself. Mistaken. Pretty much at this point, the blue team, sorry, the red team just decided, guys, you know what? we are not going to do anything here outside of just simply waiting for level 10. And Rhaegar, he doesn't want to take cleanse because there's 0 CC on the other team. No, but seriously, at this point, he's pretty much going for an old school play, so he's waiting for which heroic abilities are being taken by Celeb Gaming before he decides if he wants to pick cleanse or not. That was something that has been done in the old days when Tyrael could go into either Judgment or Sanctification. So as a support with cleanse, you always waited for Tyrael to take his 10 before you decided if you need cleanse against a Judgment combo or not. And I guess in this case, he's waiting for the hunt to come through. I mean, in theory, Sundering is also an option, and of course you can wait for Vala and decide what she's gonna go for. But now that we have the hunt already taken, and we have in addition to that also lockdowns to multiple heroes, I honestly don't know why you wouldn't take Cleanse. I mean, even outside of hunt getting picked here, I honestly don't. Like, I seriously don't know why you are hesitating on that talent. I have no idea what Rhaegar is doing there. You have Garrosh against you, who's obviously going for the Warlord's Challenge. You have the Frost Wolves on the side of... I mean, there is so much that Cleanse can actually be useful against on the opponent's side, so I don't know why he waits for the Heroics. Even before that, it would already be useful, but either way. Waited it out. Maybe a little bit of nostalgic feat that he tries to pull off here. But now that we have a theoretical objective taken by the red team, in we go. There's already Thrall coming in. Look at Mokka in the back here. Yeah, good gust, actually. Don't really think that it was designed to counter the strafe that we saw from Vala. More so the setup with Earthquake, but it still did the job. Now we have also a lot of 10 abilities on both sides. And with 3 kills to 0, they actually let this one go. They're saying like, you know what? Not now. Just not now. Just not go for it. Griffy? Yeah. He tried. Good juke though. Nicely done. Anticipated and immediately juked out, so that was that. Ele at the bot lane at this point is pushing straight through, and he has now the pseudo global. Right's the money pick, by the way. That alone is already worth mentioning. More money picks? Doesn't really seem like it. No, not really. There's another Cloud. Cloud isn't bad either, but it's all about the money pick, baby. So I already predict that Ele is going to do big things in this game. Big things. It's going to happen if you ride the money pick. You not only ride in style, not only put the fear of overcooked bacon into the hearts of your opponent. You're not only shitting gold, no. You're also just showing dominance on the map as you move from lane to lane. But with the next seed spawning, this means that it's objective time, one way or another. And level 13 talents with the big lead that we have for the Anti-Clown Association gives them an advantage now. Red team is going to have to fight over it anyways, though. And they're currently trying to make it happen. Griffy gets a little bit of help here from Hebi, who handles the whip like an actual pro. And here comes Illidan, the self-ancestral on the little doggy. Mokka gets saved by Griffy. Nice, I like it. I really like it. And there's the kill against Rhaegar. Mokka way too far off to the front again, and Griffy is like, this time I'm ready. I have one job. Throws Griffy back, and that's a kill that we see shortly after. Nicely done. Great play. And they actually get the first Garden Terrors. Okay. Now also trying to go for the Haka now. There's the stun. There's the kill. Oh boy. Yes, it is momentum time. Choo-choo. The paint train is coming, baby. It is coming. And they are starting to take the bot lane. Illidan is up at the top. He goes up against the chicken. So God Filth is already sitting there. It's like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be up against Illidan. Once that he has his cooldown ready, he might actually try and get a kill against me. But we have the rotation towards the middle. The bot fort is obviously already down. That's a given. And now as they're starting to make their play over here, they're trying to go in for the doggy. And in we go. And you don't have to tell Mokka twice that he needs to make the play right now. Mokka is there and he's just like, wait, what? Aggression? I'm your girl. I'm your girl. Let's go, baby. Quick double arrow. Following up on Illidan's stun, and that's a quick kill there. So yeah, nicely played. 3 kills against 3, just like that, with a snap of a finger. 10 stacks now also for Vala. We actually have on level 13 the siphoning arrow. The bird decides very quickly that this is a bad spot to be in. Ele doesn't have his hunt ready, so they can't make a play for that. But it's still a destroyed wall, so they take the wall down. That's at least something. And okay, there's one whip, and off we go. I said it before and I say it again. If you have an Oriel that is this good as handling the whip, then you definitely know that there's a little bit of real-life practice happening too. So we definitely know what's happening in that bedroom. Haby, he is too good at that. If he's not an archaeologist as his main job with a stylish Stetson as well, then we know what's happening in his bedroom at night, because that man knows definitely how to handle a whip here. Every time there's a hero just approaching, it's like baff into the wall. And there we go. But down to the bottom of the map now. 15 against 15, so we still have a slight lead in experience for the blue team, but they're of course falling behind in structures, so that's the thing. Now that we are also looking at camps claimed all over the place by the red team as they're attempting to paint the map black. Red. I swear to God, I know English. I swear to God. I mean, today I don't know what's happening here. But yeah, words are a little bit interchangeable here. So it's a little bit of a color problem that I have here. But no, they paint the map red. Here we go. So they take another camp. And now they have to defend at the bot lane. But there's another seed spawning. And keep in mind that the blue team still has two. They're trying to go into the middle again. And there it is. Bam! Straight to the face. The Gus trying to save them. Isolation on Illidan. The drag is in. Everybody else is being put to sleep. And everybody's still fine. Trying to get the position again around the objective. Big push in the middle, thanks to the double camp. Big push at the bottom. That fort is gone. That fort is just going to get annihilated very, very quickly. And with this, they're starting to jump straight in for the seed. Seed is already taken. Another stun. Griffey wants the flip. Griffey gets the flip. And he gets the taunt too. And that is Mokka's moment. Comes in. Ooh, thrown forward. Tiger JK is already on the move in. They want another kill. And there comes Mokka with a strafe. Illidan is down, but they're trying to go for the next kill. Oriel is dead too. Where's the resurrect when you need it? Mokka, no! It's Thrall that dies. And Haby, is he going to die twice? No. Look at it. Look at it. Do you see that? Do you see that? It's like a homing whip. Seriously. Homing missiles, screw that shit. He has a homing whip, he can't miss. You can blindfold the guy, which he probably does in the bedroom anyways. I mean, we talked about this already. Can handcuff him, there's a thought. And he will still be able to just land one whip after another. If you could reduce the cooldown on the whip to like nothing, he would just like slap them around all game long. I can tell you that much. 6 kills against 4. Yeah, there's a bit of a steal, but the blue team is fighting back. They know that they have to win this game if they want to force the 5th map. And they're on a good path. I mean, they get the Garden Towers now. So they're able to get a little bit of value together with that too. Maybe even bully the bot lane and get the keep. Illidan is up at the top. He can always hunt in, which is of course the idea. That fort in the middle is going to fall too. But it's all about the keep now. Keep at the bot lane. That's where they're going to try and make their plays. Okay. It's going to be a little bit tricky. I mean, the drag at least, the tongue doesn't connect, and that's important. They're trying to go for Griffey. They can't get him, but the isolation hits another whip. Did you see that? He should rename himself from Haby to Kinky, because honestly, that guy is incredible. But the terror is down. Illidan comes in, and now they're trying to go for another flip, and they get the little doggy. The Ancestral is too late. That's a kill. At this point, they're actually throwing Oriel forward because Griffey has very quickly realized that that's the real danger in the red team. They leave the bot lane a bit alone, though. I'm not really sure if you should do that. There's a catapult and a siege shine on the keep in case that you guys didn't catch that. So you need to be a little bit more careful here. So all of a sudden, Ele comes in and deals with it. He's like, boys, I think we forgot something here. And Illidan, he has a good memory. I mean, if you are alive for like 10,000 years and a little bit more, then at least at some point you're going to be able to handle that. Feel the hatred of 10,000 Storm League games. Wah! Yeah, he already wants to ride in again, I can tell you that much. There's the hunt. Okay, camp stolen. Easily taken. 18 versus 18. Where's the damage, actually? 34,000 from Vala. Didn't complete the level 4 talent yet, but has the damage. Okay, there we go. 23,000 for the bird. The chicken. Falstad. Yeah, he's actually getting mad damage out. Greyman then again. Yeah, not looking too pretty. Greyman has less damage than Mal'Ganis right now. Less damage than Mal'Ganis. Yeah, so here comes another seed. It's only the second one though for... Well, would be the second one for Celeb Game. Would be the first one for the blue team. But off we go. Big map still. And the double global is always going to be a threat. Yeah, throw that siege shine in there. Okay. Alrighty. Griffey comes in. Garrosh has the best insults in the game. Okay. Your mama is so fat when I try to throw her, I'm gonna end up in a wheelchair. Greymane is up at the top. But so far, Griffey has done a great job with the throws here. Let's be honest. 20 is nearly there, though. And again, by the way, we have once again the Seething Hatred. They really like that. But again, with an arrow build, it's actually not really a bad talent or anything. But yeah, Manticore, we've at least finally seen it once in North America. That's already a big thing. So, yep, off we go. They have the 16 synergies. I mean, we had that already for a while now, so that's just rotational play, since they don't want to risk anything against level 20 abilities that just come through in another second. They have 2 seeds anyway, so there's no threat, there's no reason for them to stand there. And as they're starting to rotate again for level 20 abilities, we already have Rewind for Rhaegar, Contagion for Dehaka. In theory, the next fight could be the last one, especially if the red team loses it. That keep is pretty much non-existent anymore. So, yep, 6 kills against 5. Where's the 20 when you need it? Dropping any second. He's gonna take Rancor again, isn't he? Farfly Quiver. Oh no, he's gonna go Death Siphon. Yeah, there we go. Death Siphon. We kind of always forget about that talent. It doesn't really get taken a lot, especially in Europe. But off we go, Earth and Shields. Come on, baby. Race car. Upgrade the old. We want to see the race car. We want to see the memes here. We're starting to make the play. This is going to be an important one. If the seed is taken by Celeb Gaming, then they have the objective, and that push would be enough. Ah, no balls. Shield of Hope right there. Okay. Illidan is still waiting. Illidan is waiting. Where's the go moment? There's the go moment. And he immediately jumps out. It's like, nope. The Rhaegar already moved to the back. There's the Earth and Shields. There's the Mighty Gust. Ours are being pressed. Contagion is already over. But the blue team is in a really shitty spot right now when it comes to the objective. They're gonna have a tough time here. And off we go. Quest is completed for Mokka. That's the moment to shine. They get 1 kill. Do they get 2? Dehaka. Yes, he's down. Dehaka is down, and well, Hebi might fall too, but he still has the ult ready, so he can resurrect if need be. But Greymane is annihilated. That's 3 heroes down, guys, and they're already channeling the seed, so that's going to be another kill. Mokka was busy channeling, and they threw another target right in front of him. He's like, alright, guys, if you insist, I'm going to kill the hero. So it goes in, they take all of them down, and now it's time for the Web Weavers. Garden Terrors, sorry. Innovative new mechanics for the objective in this game. Ha! He missed the whip! The game's over. He just missed the whip. I can't believe it. Keep is down anyways, and Mal'Ganis is very likely going to fall now too. I mean, he's trying to stay alive. But Mokka is following that up. Of course he does. And that's game. Celeb Gaming on their way to victory. And it wouldn't be a victory without B-Step. So that's the first thing that Tiger JK drops onto the floor. B-Step, baby! 10 kills against 6. Celeb Gaming with a 3-1 victory against the Anti-Clown Association. Even the wind tunnel doesn't change that. And that's another win for the red team in Division S North America. They even get the bird. So another set of chicken to celebrate the victory as the core goes down. And that's the win in the best of 5. GG and well played. Celeb Gaming with a big W.